Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I'm going to share with you my end of season rewards, and I'm doing this with my live audience, so this is members only. If you want to be present with these live events that we usually have once a week, consider supporting my YouTube channel at any level and you can be invited to these live events. But before we get into that, I need to shout out to SplinterCoach. SplinterCoach is a website that will track your personalized battle history, and the power of that is one that you're going to see amazing, fun to look at data that's going to help you better understand what you're doing, how you're doing it, when you're winning and why you're losing. And that's going to unlock more reward. The value of this thing is huge. The entertainment is gigantic. It's $5 a month. I had somebody recently say they think it doesn't have value unless it pays for itself, meaning you got to make more than $5 a month within Splinterlands to deserve or to justify paying $5 on something like this. I don't agree. I think it's fun, and I think that has a value to it. Plus the rewards that you're receiving today, I think, are greater than most people recognize in Splinterlands. And when they have a low US dollar value, that doesn't mean they have a low intrinsic value. Price is different than value. But let's leave it there. I just want to say check out splintercoach.com. Check them out. They got a $5 a month will get you access to their services. Let's get into the video. Thanks, guys. Bye. Let's move into it. I'm happy to address comments, questions like usual. Let me know if there's things that you want to ask about or whatever. But I think one of the things that I want to do today is definitely get into my end of season rewards, because I haven't done it yet, and later I'll clip this and share it with the rest of the audience. Okay, so 1258. We come in here, we got claim. What do we got? How many chests we got over here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46. Okay. Every SPS, as far as I'm concerned, every SPS here is so important and amazing and exciting. And it's adding up on an account with cards I didn't even really need. And then these soulbounds, man, these are cards that are going to create value and power and usefulness and utility in this secondary account. And man, I'm so jacked and pumped that I'm like, now I went through this whole story, right? Through Splinterlands 4 or 5 years ago now, whatever it is. And I saw this crazy opportunity, and I stand by that confidence. And I went through it to the best of my ability, like to invest and dive into it and accumulate resources. And I think I did a good job. I did almost to the best of my ability. There were times where I didn't play the game, or I didn't earn, or didn't whatever, but to almost the best of my ability, I spent my time and attention to accumulate resources. And I feel I'm so happy with where that's done and what that's done for me. And I'm so happy and expectant on what that'll do for me in the future. And now here I am with this 1258 account, and these resources, man, to me, they are the next level of that. It's the duplication of what I've already done with that same expectation, maybe a slightly different expectation, because we've already grown a significant amount from hundreds to at least thousands of players. I don't truly know how many players we have, but I'm willing to say thousands as opposed to hundreds. And that's a big, big difference. And that's still so small. But what if we get to a place where there's truly 100,000 players, human players, that are actively running 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 accounts because they love this game? And what would that do for our card prices and SPS prices, etc.? What if the flywheel actually starts working? So, that's my hope and my optimism, and I'm so excited to see resources like this just piling up, and 7 SPS over here. And I don't think of them as 1.6 cents, man. You know what I mean? And these merits, they're irreplaceable. You can't get merits anywhere else. Well, yes, you can get them through guild brawls, but you know what I mean? Like, this is an access point for resources that I really can't easily obtain any other way. I could theoretically obtain soulbound cards by buying your account, and then we'd have to do some sort of, you know what I mean? Then some sort of, deal of sorts. But I'm saying these are resources that are mine, that are accumulating with nothing but just the time and attention. And again, it's not even I went out and bought a bunch of cards. It's literally cards I had no value or no use for otherwise, and just allocated them, delegated them into that second account so that I could earn these amazing rewards that I think are going to have true value over a long time horizon. So that was okay. Nothing super legendary, nothing legendary, and nothing super crazy over there. No packs or anything like that. But, We can look at Splex over there in a minute to see what would the quote unquote value be. And I do say quote unquote value because you know how they attribute the potion values, and you almost, I mean, I like the potions and I want those potions, but you know, are they worth, would I ever spend the fiat currency to buy potions? I really don't think so. I mean, I would spend DC that I've probably accumulated through card sales, or I'd spend SPS that I've accumulated through play. But if I couldn't get the resources to buy the potions without the context of the time, you know, reward from the time and attention, whether it's potions I've earned through chests or whether it's potions I've bought through currencies I've earned through play, you know, so in that way, currency in the system is to me not really money until it's pulled out of the system. And therefore, I don't know if I consider when it talks about on Splex GG, the price of your rewards and it includes those potions, I'm always like, is that a bit of an exaggeration? Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I've been feeling lately. So I know you can declick the potion so that you don't even see that value in the consideration. Mentally, I just detract it, if you know what I mean. I just subtract it. And the interesting part is that when I look at those values, yes, it's showing me potion values, and I feel that's inflated because of what I just said. But I also feel the price of my rewards is actually undervalued from a zeros and ones, like a US dollar perspective, because those soulbounds, which are classified as zero, are in my mind just absolutely going to have a value. Like, it just, I'm so confident about that. And I look at some of the reward cards and I think, you know, even $1, $2, if that's what they end up being for the legendaries, you know, if it ends up being like a reward card, like look at the Oceanuses and those more ones that were printed so prolifically, so commonly, there's so many copies of them, even if that's what we get from a dollar value out of these things, and I think it'll be more for reasons I don't necessarily want to explain right now, but even if that's what we get, like even if they end up being among the cheapest cards, it's still a dollar value. It will carry a dollar value. And like I say, I don't think it'll be among those cheaper ones. So look at this: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 81, I think. 36 potions, Madcap Magus, 5 SPS, 2 SPS. Okay, I like the puppet. I really want this one maxed out, but the commons are so tricky because you need the 400 copies. Some good merits in there. Whoa, I'm really getting the potions. Ooh, triple on the gold. This is another card that I really, really value. The rare, this is one of the best rares. Is it maybe even the best rare? I'd almost need to look at the list of the Soulbound rares, but it's definitely up there. Protect is so important. It's so important. And then also because of the 4 mana, you know, it's playable in so many more instances. It can slip in when you only have a few more mana. It gives all that extra protection and resilience to every one of your teammates. It's a strong card, and it does more too. I forget what the other abilities are, and it does some archery. I think it gets up to 2 or 3 damage output if it's at the highest. Nice 17 SPS. Ooh, there's a pack. Merits, another, 4. The dry bone is one of the ones where I know I'm quite maxed out. I think I might have a level 9 on this guy in the regular foil. I would love to have a full gold foil deck on this thing by the end of it. We'll see if that's possible. The legendaries, guys, I know I've seen so many people talk about how they've probably changed the reward payouts, how they've probably changed the card drop rates. And I think I've even heard people say that they've affirmed this, but it's been so dramatic. Like, you saw, hasn't it? Like, there was a couple weeks, maybe a couple seasons where legendary gold foils were dropping, like, you know what I mean? They were just common. They were fairly common. You would see it every time. Like, hey, I got this one, 3 of them. Wow. And now I've got 1 legendary gold foil, but only 1. And I was blessed to get 3 copies, I think. So it immediately made it, is it 2 copies? So I immediately made it level 3, which is great. But that's been the only one. Are you guys getting those legendary gold foils? Love that. Love that. Oh, here we go. The summoners coming out with the goldies. I love it. Oh, here we go. Come on. Level 2. Level 2. Okay, I'll take 2 of them. I think that 2 copies might be enough to push me into the next level. Ava's got that weapon trainer. Love it. What a strong, like, I mean, I know it's an 8 mana card, but we often do see those higher mana matches nowadays. And especially with the green team, which has Fernheart allowing the archery to play from the first position, you know, you wouldn't want to put this in the first position, but you could see putting this in the second, or the even like put it in the back, put it beside a, you know, beside a Almo Cambio and a, you know, I don't know, Friendly Giant. I think that's what he's called. The big, like, you know, those ones that don't have any attack, massive meat shields, and you could just bury it. And they got the archery, 2 extra archeries, 30 extra hit points. I think it'd be 32 extra hit points at the highest levels with those 2 I just mentioned. Or you can do others too. I know there's other good options with the green team, Failed Summoner, etc. Oh, 241 SPS. One day in the future, 241 SPS will be $241. I'm confident of that. I don't know if you guys believe that. You guys have been here for a while. I think you probably do believe that. That right there is like a huge win. Huge. And each of these, man, $5, $4, $5, $3. Like, this is when you recognize, when you truly remember where you think this could go. And if you actually believe that, you could start to enjoy, celebrate even now. I know it's not, I can't realize that in this moment. It's not done. There are things that could prevent that from unfolding, but I truly have that confidence. So it's like, this is a big deal. I mean, I guess it's already $2 even at current prices, which is nice, but man, there's another 16, 22. Love it. Another pack. Packs have been dropping. Hey, $1.20-ish. I wish I had more money. I wish I had more money, because I'd buy packs, I'd buy cards, I'd buy SPS, I'd buy nodes, I'd buy land. Like, I had to, oh, that's another topic I want to talk about today. So I'll just tease it right now, because maybe we'll get into it next. I had a comment about buying back the nodes I sold. So we'll do a video on that right now after we get into these rewards, because like looking at these packs and talking about how they fell to, I think, $1.11. Man, you know, SPS at a penny, 1.6 pennies. There's so many interesting opportunities, investment opportunities. Okay, and I know you got to have the confidence, you got to have that foundation of, is it fun and does it have a future? But I walk in that and I believe that. So for me, at least, I want more, not less. Oh, here we go. Gold foil. No, but I'll take it. Number double. Another double. Love it. This is a big one, man. I'm doing good here. I got some big SPS, 75, 25, 240 up top there. This is a good payout. Lots of gold foils. There was gold foil summoners above. This is a really good end of season so far. 341 SPS. Yes. 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 24 SPS, and we got a few more here. Guys, I'm pumped right now. This is wild. Okay. That was great. I don't know exactly what the values would be on those things with that SPS. I'm going to look at it in a minute here. Just want to check them in the chat. Gathering says armor for death is huge. Absolutely. Especially with some of the shield monsters. Like, I think Lord of Darkness, maybe, I know he's a wild, so not everybody's going to have him, but I definitely enjoy extra armor on that guy. And then he's cutting that damage in half, and therefore he's just so much more strong, unless he runs into magic. I've always looked at SPS as being $1. I know that's the framework. If you think it's going there, don't treat it like it's a penny, right? Like, if you think it's going there. Now, don't just, what's the word? Don't just fanboy to a place where it's going to $1, it's going to the moon. Like, and I know that's not you, Paul, but I'm saying, like, this, I'll post this later and I want people to hear this. Don't just fanboy. I believe it could, so I'm going to go ape. But it's like, logically think about the considerations at hand. How can you weigh the probability of it going high or it staying low? There are ways you could do that. And you know, none of that's a science in the sense of 1 + 1 = 2. You can't mathematically prove SPS will reach to $1 in the same sense as you could prove like a math equation. But I'm saying, you know, you can look at probabilities. You can consider fundamentals. Sorry. You can consider fundamentals that will allow you to then, you know, walk in a degree of confidence. Is it a 60, a 70, an 80% chance that it appreciates? You know, when you set the target at 10 cents, what are your probabilities of it reaching there? At 50 cents, what are your probabilities? $1, $2. You can set, you know, you can think through fundamental considerations that give you a basis of confidence that those targets are attainable. And I think it's unreasonable to suggest that SPS will not appreciate beyond, you know, I think $1, man. I think it's $1 in the future. As long as this game keeps doing what it's doing, I think it's more than $1. But I'm saying like that for me is like, am I saying it's a given? I mean, again, it's a given within the context of this game still being here doing what it's doing. And that's a ton of questions that you have to self-analyze. But I've done so and I feel confident about it. Obviously not financial advice. Okay, how much SPS would you grab if it goes under 1.5? Ooh, tough, man. I mean, the issue isn't, you know, really price point or targets. The issue for me is just constant accumulation, as much as I can, as often as I can. But the problem is, where am I getting that money from? I mean, I do only have limited funds, so I can't buy as much as I want, as often as I want. But, you know, certainly at anything now, like at every price now, I am a buyer. The question is just, when do I have the funds with which to do so? And it isn't always the case that I will. Okay, let's quickly close that up and we'll go over to Splex and we'll just see what they say about the prices. And then lastly, I want to look at the, I've been buying, gathering, I've been snagging some legendary short bows, trying to add up so I can get to that max level. I've got some questions for you actually, gathering, but maybe we could talk about it later on. Well, I'll quickly ask. I have one of my legendary bows that has a gem in it, and then I have several other copies that have no gems in it, and I don't think I can merge them. Is there a way I can remove the gem so that I can merge them or something like that? Or is there a way to keep the gem and still merge them that I'm not seeing? I'd love your help with that. But I'm still enjoying Splinter. I'm playing it every day now. I'm trying my best to keep my stamina low. Now that they let you do 2 battles at once, that certainly helps. I'm also playing Golem Overlord. Look, I'm up to 4,685 rating. And yeah, man, I'm just like paying attention and doing what I need to do over here because I'm happy to see, even though the price of parts dropping, so it's still money in my pocket for next to no effort. Okay, what was I talking about? Okay, I wanted to go to Splex for a reason. I wanted to see my rewards. Splex. Let's just go over here. Tools, reward lookup. We'll go Infidel. So Infidel daily, wow, $10. 300 S. Look at that! I got 300 SPS. No, must be the battle rewards. Whoa, it's not even, dude. I got 360 SPS in the daily reward. That's amazing. My end of season 81 chests, $49 allegedly. Now again, a lot of that comes from the value they're assigning over here. $25 worth of legendary potions is $860. I'll show you. Oh, I know my face is probably blocking that. It's $24 worth of legendaries, $8.60 worth of gold foil potions, but 0 for any of these cards. And we're talking gold foil summoners, and we're talking, you know, gold foil rares, 2 Chaos Legion packs. So very, very strong. Now let's quickly look at 12. Just adding a little bit here and there, right? That's okay, man. This is, again, these were totally just cards I didn't even have use for. And here we are adding more and more value into this account. Love it. $4. I wonder if these estimations of value are accurate in the context of, yeah, the potions are probably, you wouldn't want to call it the US dollar value they're assigning to it, but the cards are going to carry some value. Is there $3 or $4 worth of cards here? Maybe. So it's like you can almost look at the end of season chest reward or your daily payouts with the potion value and then just almost say something like that is what I just earned because the cards currently have no value. I think that's probably true. Okay, now before we move on, let's just quickly look at my Infidel Soulbound rewards. I want to see how these are doing. We had some gold foils in there. Can we... Franz, look at this, level 6. So I play those sometimes, and I will have victory with them occasionally. The golds have reached higher levels, obviously much faster than these regular foils. I'm almost got a level 6 on the Eternan Brune, not quite. I do have a level 6 on Helios. I'll play Helios and I'll play Lob Lowland. I don't usually play Franz. I play Lob Lowland because there's one gladiator with a double sneak attack that's really powerful. I forget her name right now. But let's see if we can level this up. Ooh, we can. Level 7. Here we go. That's big, man. That's a gigantic upgrade. From level 6 to level 7 changes a lot. And that actually now I feel like that's a new strong, that might enter the rotation now, like in a bigger sense. I'll show the data later, but I have played this a few times, like maybe 6. And I win with it. But now with this being 7, I think we're getting into a place where this is actually going to enter the rotation. Like it'll be less niche and more common maybe. What about this guy here? Not quite. And you? Nope, missing one. I think that's it. I could probably level her up, but I don't care, right? Level 2 is going to 3 maybe, but I've already got a level 5, so there's no point. Let's make sure Eternan is not. Nope. Okay. So as you can see with my summers at least, 5 on the red, 5 on the blue, 7 on the green, 6 on the white, 5 on the black, and then over here on Dragon at level 6. That's a strong gold deck. Even you might even say it's a competitive, not a competitive high level, but it's like it's gonna fight in diamond. It's gonna do strong, even though some of these are only gold league levels. You're gonna compete as long as you have the monsters to support yourself. And of course, my deck being what it is, I do have those. Plus, the soulbounds are making me stronger every day with the monsters. It's also. I don't want to click on every one of them. So what I often do is I go and I'm like, okay, if there's like 60 in there, I'll click on it. We have enough here. That's an upgrade. Going up to level 8. The fire caller going from level 7 to level 8. What do we got? 3 damage, 3 speed, 4 hearts right now. 3. Okay, we got an extra speed there. That was it. The abilities were still the same. Fury's a nice one. The speed's definitely important because what happens with Fury is if you miss, and often when I think about that taunting, I forget his name right now, Rift Watcher with the crazy speed and the dodge, the problem is, yeah, you're doing double damage if you hit. Martyr too. Yeah, love it. Okay, let's just quickly check in with some of the other splinters also. Blue. Oh yeah, this might be an upgrade. Yep, that's an upgrade. But what's this going to do? He's got 1 damage, 4 speed, 3 hit points. 1, 4, 3. 1, 4, 3. Okay, so he got one more ability. I think it was Dispel. Let's confirm. Yeah, so Dispel. Dispel has become very powerful, man. It almost, I would say, necessary. Well, with like some of the different abilities like the Enrage and even some of the different rule sets that have been introduced, I think Dispel is even more important than it ever has been. Green. How are we doing? I maybe could upgrade you. I doubt it, actually. He's going from level 8, so no, 37 won't do it. This one might be upgradable. Let's have a peek. Yes, we're going level 6 to 7. Okay, so 2, 1, 3. I hope he keeps a 1 speed. Good. So what did that just do? One more hit point. That's nice because he's less vulnerable to that opportunity attack from my opponent. Oh, look at this. I got 6 over here with the Undaunted. I'm getting close to level 4 with this guy. So this will be level 3 as we upgrade this. And then I'm going to have 2 more copies of the 6 I need to push it all the way to max level. 3326. So I got 3327, 1 extra hit point. Plus I think close range has popped up. So that's nice. Even without the Fernheart, she's going to be able to contribute in that way. The Oppress will be nice. Interesting. I love how this card oppresses and weapon trains. So it's like it's one of the cards that's going to increase the probability of extra. So because of the weapon train, it's going to increase the probability that my team will put on the field cards that can be oppressed. And therefore it's like it's also taking advantage of that trend. You know what I mean? By the more cards that come onto the playing field with a lack of attack, that's the more power and importance of oppress. Getting too hot over here, boys. Level 9 on my Imperial Knight. See what I mean? Like a lot of my cards, Drybone is already at 7, so I don't really care if I can move Drybone Gold from 6 to 7. A lot of my cards are getting close, getting pretty juicy. Death, 15 on there, 4 over here. Oh, this might be an upgrade. Level 7 to level 8? No, not quite. Still need a few copies. So, very strong gold is still where I'm at, in my opinion. Or perhaps you'd call it, you know, a competitive low-end diamond deck. Yeah. And can I upgrade you? No. Okay. That's where we're at. I'm liking it. And I'll be happy to see when these start adding up well beyond where they're already at. Like, I don't just want 1 copy. I want several copies. I think they're going to be deeply valuable. See what you guys are saying. Oh, did I leave that up there? Bad. Really nice rewards this season for you. Yes, sir.